Okonoshi 64 here. Start video. We just had a map station going to fight the fifth hurdle. Already a few years now since I've got the metro route centre and a bus from there actually. Normally a few times I've walked in. It's about an hour 10 to get to the Newcastle entrance, but I'm just not so positive about these days. Especially with the commercial buses, 43, 44, 45. It's about just under a quarter hour walk away from where I live, and then it stops just over 10 minutes at the grandstand. There's a few things I'm trying to think of. What first thing actually would tell you before I go to the map station, I get this, because I'm going to a very good dumb student versus students group who do some Tom Theatre in Durham. Some very good plays, and I've done Sweeney Todd recently. There's a couple of other good ones which I was thinking away. I can't remember what they are, but were actually very, very good. Fitzroy Graham was one other, and Black Spirit that's the other one. And we're doing what's been doing tonight. I'll get the metro into Central Station, up train to Durham, and that's So a metro ticket wouldn't cost too much because I'm already getting a Zone 1 return. It's a little more to the Regent Centre, but it wouldn't cost too much more. And I remembered, oh hang on. Last few times actually it was a bus from Durham to Newcastle back again, and I might I've got enough time to get a bus in Newcastle to Durham, so it's a bit cheaper, a little more convenient. I don't want to do that. Then I thought, well hang on, so that's not much use. So then I remembered it's going to rain quite heavily. I did my video I put out just before race last night. So well, what's going on with Newcastle racecourse? Why is it going up to the going? Well, it's surprising, it's not changed. And I don't mean we haven't done the job, it's only how it's changed from good to soft in places. That astonishes me. So last night was told me it didn't really change, but it hasn't changed much despite some heavy rain. It's been heavily rain today as well. It's going to be a bit annoying. And it's a little more convenient to get my back to get, because I don't have time to go home before going to Durham. From Western Metro Station, it's only about a 3-minute walk rather than about 11, 12, a little bit more from a bus coming back again from Newcastle Racecourse. So I can do that instead. It's about 40 seconds, I guess. I'm waiting for his hand to Galaxy fans, so I say it's 42, but actually it may not be. It's around that since started going racing. Well, I was born in 2014, Newcastle on my birthday then, and then after that 2015, hundreds of times since then, ever raced in Britain and for Ireland. Doing Toaster. C100 Constitution Hill. It's a rescue mission here, and he's just got it. I mean, he doesn't come back here. I mean, I've done decently. I mean, he should be retired. I mean, I said in my video last night, he's coming across a little more than another older book before he and great hurdlers, but it's just a one-tapping hurdle win. I was supposed to do exactly the same. But one great win, and then afterwards, well, it's not really worked out for them for various reasons. So I've got Doncaster middle of next month. Lister West came in last year, I think, and then I didn't, but I couldn't get there that time. But I nearly was wondering what confused myself about a race, which I thought a market race and the Lister West, because yesterday, the new, or the day before, the new BHA World Fixture list came out on their website about how we'll prize money and stuff like that, and I thought, I don't know this race, and then I realised it changed month, and I then worked out what had been there before some years earlier. So a quick look after the race meeting here. I had one horse in each of the 7 races. Nothing was done for first 4. I don't think I was anywhere with any of them. And it's only a golden ace. I said in my video when I was previewing the racing, I didn't fast Constant Hill because of his jumping. So I went for golden ace and I got a bit of value there actually. It's more, only a few quid on the horse, but it's a useful win. And then Serious Operator winning the 6th. As the favourites, so no, obviously only 94 favourites, so no great value there in the end. But I want to have a think about what happened at Constitution Hill. The question is here, what do you do with the horse? My view, if I was Michael Buckley, I would say, I'm sorry to, maybe Nick Henderson might want to run again, we don't know, I'm not sure even Nick Henderson does, and I would actually retire him. I would retire Constitution Hill. He's done what he needs to do to say he has a great champ hurdle win. He's not another Black. We'll see you then with 3 wins in the race, or Hull can fly even with 2. He's say like an older book, Make a Stand, or 14. Really good with one win. top quality effort, but that is it. But that's a great win. It was one of the great hurdling performances in the Champion Hurdle there, and that should be enough. I cannot believe you should send them chasing. It's ridiculous. I put on comments, as I always call it, Twitter, or from Blue Sky, I think it was Twitter. I made a comment about that very rarely does a top quality, say, champion hurdle horse do well over fences. The only one who ever has wheels drawn one, I mean, as in, you know, it's good over fences probably. So the stairs hurdle is the same issue. I wasn't going to say this, but actually stairs hurdle, so too many times hurdle is an afterthought with horses. The same hurdle as well, actually, as the champion hurdle. But Dawn had the advantage of one then with £5 mare allowance, now it's £7, which helped her basically both races in my view. And I'm not a great fan of mares allowance, not a great fan of Rate for Age either, really. I've said this before. But then look at other horses who ran. Knightless is probably the last horse, maybe to really be a good over fences as other hurdles. Not quite, even then, not quite as good. Pink Angus favourite Gold Cup when he was placed. He won a number of good races as well. But then look, since then, I'm trying to think who we got. Celtic Shot, who was favourite both the Arkle and the Champion Chase in 1991. Sorry, Arkle and the Gold Cup, I mean, in 1991. And both came 7th. That didn't help do anything. Beach Road actually won the fences beforehand, before winning the Champion Hurdle, same with Bouvedere. And Beach Road did one of the fences after in a fair form, but nothing brilliant. I don't think others. Collier Bay. Granville again actually first. Well, no fun whatsoever over fences. I think, in fact, I remember Graham Good. He was running against trying again in a novice chase, and Graham Good saying his 200 Graham was right outside, and Graham Good said so sad, so very very sad as Granville again was pulled up. It was clean what horse he was. Collier Bay came 4th in the. I think it looks like trouble in the Bourbon Novice Chase, but never really was in the same league as the other hurdles. Hola Loire, slightly lucky in a way, Champ Hurdle with his injury and a tragic fatal slipping up of Laramix. One of the fences, but really wasn't any particularly great. I'm trying to think if there was any others. I'm not sure. I can figure anyone offhand who Rock Ruby did. And that might be the last one. I'm not sure who was okay. But it's just not. It doesn't seem to be a solution here. If he's can't do hurdles, he can't win them fences, in my view. I was reminded when I made a comment about this about Test Orchid had sometimes over hurdles, and actually his debut, I remember, I know of, that he nearly died. Actually, he had heavy fall in his debut of hurdles, and then of course top quality of fences. But there's not many others. I think I'm trying to think how many say Gold Cup Temptation winners have fell over hurdles. And Fossil Flyer did once. Buffalo had issues jumping the best of times. He obviously had problems with fences as well. He was jumping. It was the way he appeared when he either won or fell, or unseated. So I think that is the end of Constantine. Hopefully it's the end of him, I think. Unless Duke is running with flat, I need to be running him in top quality group or top quality handicaps, really. There's no way you wouldn't want him pottering around in a minor race. It'd just be a waste of time. So, again, on Newcastle racecourse, I don't know what we're doing. Let's go back to this. I was talking, I think, in my original video, at the start of the video, earlier on, about trying to get the free racecourse bus. I changed my mind a few times of what I was going to do, and in the end I decided to get the free racecourse bus, and it just didn't turn up. I waited the best part of half an hour. It was running. I guessed it was, and I was like, well, I wasn't too sure. And I was slightly going to comment. I went to the US office because I knew I was going to miss the first race now because of what had happened. And I just popped and I said, what's going on? And I basically said, well, what's going on? And we only got one bus apparently. I think that's the case, and it's just not. I might have got 3 options here. Because I think we'll let people down here, and there's people were waiting on the bus and just went. I think just went. I actually got a commercial bus in the end. I just want to check something here. I think you may have made yet another cock up. It doesn't surprise me at all. I meant to check this first, and I think I just want to check about the 43, 44, 45 bus. I think Newcastle racecourse get. Let's see, 43. Where's that start? Yeah, that's what I thought. 40, yeah, that's what I expected. 44 and the 45. I'll check it. I got this right. I run the 45, and I think Newcastle racecourse yet again. And I suspect here. I mean, it doesn't look like yet another cock up. Can't be anything more. Yep, as I thought. The 43, 44, 45 are new Newcastle racecourse. I thought they also have Haymarket, and they do. And this is not what Newcastle racecourse actually say. They only give 2 of them. Let's just try to see what they say. It's I think only lists 2 of them. It says a lot, really. Yep, 43 and 44. But 45 does as well. How do I not know this? It's just basic stuff. You know, I mean, it says everything about Newcastle racecourse. That's stupid. They don't even know which buses stop out. It's about a 10-minute walk from bus stop. The sort of Newcastle racecourse stop into the grandstand, and they don't know which buses stop there. It says everything about them, really. I think we've got options here. We've got 3 options in my view, which won't make any sense. One is to say, right, there's a bus which turns up at a certain time, and maybe it turns up a second time as well. And if you're not, and it's first come first served, you're not on the bus in time, I'm afraid you've got, that's tough titty. Well, I might not put it like that quite. Happened to Hexham, I was unlucky man to get on the bus. In one of the bus stations, there's a rail station. And some people couldn't get on the bus because there wasn't enough people. It was Hexham, so actually busy, but actually that meeting, and they missed out. They had to get taxis or something, and that's the point. But that you miss out. That's one option to do that. To say we're bus turns up at a certain time, instead of waiting half an hour for a bus that didn't actually turn up. And it's taking a long time to get in. The second option is to have another bus, frankly more sensible. And third one's just not any at all. I just said no, and just basically, the website I don't think actually actually says that in fact this meeting had buses. And I wondered at one point whether it didn't. What happened a few years ago now, and there's another come to the Newcastle racecourse. They used to always have a free bus every meeting. And then decided at one point to stop doing this and just do major meetings, but forgot to put it on the website. And then it was on the website, it was on every meeting, and forgot to alter it to show the crap they are. And I actually missed the first race once, I wasn't overly happy about this, and they just forgot to take it off the website, but they weren't offering a bus at every single meeting. Previous time, it took an age to get on the race course as well. I don't think you can get in the main entrance of the race course, and one back, and one off the old Great North Road. Is the one where most people come in. It's where the bus stop is, for example, commercial one. And I think it's probably too tight for a bus to get it, a coach to get in. I'm not sure. It has to go on the back, and it took an age once to get in there. And I certainly don't have this bus ever again because it's unreliable. There's no point in just hanging around for a bus that probably won't turn up, or at least take an age, and it takes long to get there but back, and it's just. I've got 10 people going to be waiting, and it's just not good enough, really. If you can't provide any sort of service at all. Bus back was okay. I mean, I was quite busy, but it was fine. But I did say, transport disaster today. I did say I was going. I'm pretty sure I said I was going to do possibly being earnest at Durham after racing. I went back home, get some food, and then went off to Durham. This is like information go northeast actually. There were 3 buses that were supposed to be turning up according to the sort of timetable. It was an electronic notice board thing, but obviously that's just unreliable. It just when they're supposed to turn up, not when they actually are going to turn up. And it was then after 25 minutes of waiting for any of these buses, someone comes on Great North East saying all the traffic stuck in Newcastle. I was actually got off the gate to Metro interchange. I get a bus over, and eventually realising I'm not going to get to this play. It's being earnest at Torres Sound Theatre. As I get the Metro from to get to the Settle station, it's going to be a bit quicker. Think, that's 5:20. I get in there, buy a ticket. I could have got away with not buying a ticket. I thought I probably would be able to get my bus. No one doesn't check the ticket, and we didn't. But I thought I'd buy a single anyway. And once or twice I think we've checked ever. So I thought, let's just buy a bleeding ticket. There was a bus back. There was we sort of over Tannoy saying, and as I got to the station, there was a bus about to leave to Durham, but the bus replacement service as well. I hadn't said this was actually a replacement service, so it wasn't a train. It was actually a bus replacement for a train from Newcastle to Durham. And I get there, always going to leave and come in. It's buy a ticket. I found there's a massive queue. Still to get on that bus. Eventually get on one afterwards, but this is now 5:40 and it's struggling. 6:40, and I'm thinking I'm not going to get to this play at 7:30 because I have to get from the train station to the theatre. And it's also going to get there safely on time. And then it just stops over No Dome's train station, very uphill to a station, and it just stops, and it's just waiting for them to get in. And it could have just let people get off. And it was, oh, you got to wait, and it was ridiculous. It's like, perhaps there's a bit of an inconvenience to people, I feel. Eventually we got through, and actually, to be fair, the driver said to someone, by the way, hey, can we just let people off, which is fair enough. But it's ridiculous. I mean, you could just let people off and then gone in and picked, it just seems that there's ways of doing that which seem to be, bit jobs. It sounds like a good job for a fee. It just seems a bit over top. Mandy had to play, but I had to bash it. I have to say, well, you got to. I actually invited my mum at one point, and she was just busy. Busy work. I didn't have much. Busy doing other stuff. I didn't want to say that you can do that. She was busy doing other stuff in the evenings as well. I think I had to do some stuff for other things, and I could have, but he couldn't turn up because he would not make that play because I had to bash it from basically down the central station, over Dove station, to across towards the cathedral, and in less than a quarter of an hour, and she's not going to be able to do that. So I'm saying this is it. Looked at the BHA website's got fixtures for January up now as well. I'm looking at those. I would like to go to Plumpton for the Sussex National, but Bakers are so expensive. Also Sunday as well is not a good day out of Newcastle. The trains in first one's 8 o'clock. It's quite. I know you almost think you miss the first race, even if I could get out there. I want to try and see if I've got some Somerset National. I was supposed to go to that 2 years ago, and I was nightmare situation of stupidity, bluntly. I just got confused, and I booked the wrong ticket. I actually booked for a completely different recanted meeting, and I am sure I could have asked the recantant to change the ticket, or even bought a new ticket. It wasn't actually that much of a cost. Problem is I bought a train ticket back then, and I can't change that without it costing a lot of money. I thought, oh great. I'll try and do that another time, so I ended up going to the recantant meeting I didn't intend to get to. So I'll see if I can do that one. So I like my regional nationals, and we West Wales and Fox Class are still left to do it. So whenever that is, God knows when that is. I haven't got a clue. So I've got Newcastle middle of December. Minute just Newcastle, the Ladies' Day and the plate, and that at a minute I think is everything.